Guys, welcome to episode number 13 of the Derby Current Live, and to start off this episode, currently 5th in the table, 44 points after 24 games, and yeah, there's a bit of a gap between us and the top of the table, 16 points between us and Norwich City, so if we want to get into those top two positions, we're going to have to go on a really big run of wins, and you know, we didn't exactly excel in the last episode. We got a couple of wins, but losing against Rotherham, of all teams, wasn't exactly great. And we do have Norwich City in this episode, who we did lose at the start of the month as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. And I've actually just seen who we do have in the FA Cup, and it is Manchester United. So a really tough game for our first round of the FA Cup. I would have kind of liked a Championship or League One team, just to give us the opportunity to rotate the squad and stuff like that. But what I think I'm going to do, since Luton aren't exactly the most difficult team in the world, although we did lose to Rotherham, I'm going to play a second team for the Luton game, because we have games literally every 3 days. I'm going to play second team against Luton, first team against Norwich, second team against Sheffield Wednesday, and then the first team against Manchester United, just to hope that we get through in the FA Cup. But yeah, really good game to kick off the month of January, but we do need to finish off December first. Obviously, in between the two episodes, I asked you guys just to suggest some goalkeepers, and I think I've added a few here that are just a nice crop in terms of players that potentially might join. We've added Danny Ward from Leicester City here, 27 years old, obviously not playing for Leicester, and probably looking for first team football. He played for Liverpool, I think, and Leicester paid quite a bit of money for him, and I'm not like, he just seems a bit like, why? Because he's just sat on the bench doing nothing. We do have Pepe Reina here, 38 years old. Won't be able to sign him until we get into January. Same with Zoe, the Dutch goalkeeper. But I think, again, he was actually linked to us in real life, so just probably because he was Dutch and plays for PSV. But yeah, I think Pepe Reina would be quite an interesting one. Obviously 78 rated, same rated as Tom Heaton, but much cheaper. Like, he would only cost us 1.4 million, whereas Heaton would cost us about $1 million more. So makes a lot of sense. And yeah, and just until the end of the season, I think Pepe Reina is a top class keeper. Obviously won the Champions League. Did he win the Did he? I don't think he did win the Champions League. He might have won it at Real Madrid, but he didn't win it with Liverpool, that's for sure. But yeah, let's go into our first game of the episode against 16th place Luton. As I said, we are going to be playing a second team for this game, and then a first team for the next game. So what I'll do is just go through all those changes. Here we then for the Luton Town game. Obviously a team that are towards the bottom of the table, still quite decent. We have actually put Martin Waghorn up front, for a rare appearance, of course. He hasn't exactly played too much. Forsyth coming into the defence, Whittaker switching wings, and Holmes going on the right. Still a pretty good team. Obviously Shinnie and Knight in that midfield should do well. But looking at their team, they've got Lualawa, Halloran and James Collins up front. Then they've got Berry, Tunnicliffe and Rhea in the midfield. Potts, Bree, Lockyer and Andrew Shinnie at centre-back. I'm pretty sure is a centre mid. Slugger in goal. Let me check that, because it's, again, obviously players can move position, but it just seems a bit odd. Yeah, centre mid playing at centre-back. I've seen a few of those where it's just like, maybe they have injuries, but like, it just seems a little bit odd that happens. James with the ball here, slips in Martin Waghorn. Hasn't exactly got the most amount of sharpness, but still decent shot, and into the back of the net. It does make it 1-0 in the first 10 minutes. Martin Waghorn with the goal, and can you shush people? I thought they removed the shush. It's kind of just a hand on lips, but a finger on lips, but yeah, it is his first goal of the Championship season. As I said, like, it's just a real shame. You know, we've only recently changed this two-striker formation, and obviously he's still a very good striker, but he just, obviously because of his age, doesn't really have any much potential about him. Waghorn into the lap. Now into Dwayne Holmes. Can he fire it across the face of goal? Martin Waghorn's there with the ball off the post and into the back of the net. And it is a goal. I thought it was offside. I don't know why. It just didn't seem to do the same animation as when it does normally score, but might go with 2 goals. Maybe I should be playing him more. Maybe I should have played it more between now, but a little bit lucky. It does bounce off the post and land straight back in his feet to get the second goal and to make it 2-0. Chance here for Rooney to play it through for Delap. A great ball, like world-class ball. And like if any other player did that pass, I don't think it would have worked. But because it was Rooney, it did work. And Delap does make it 3-0 there in the 40th minute. Chance here on the edge for Luton Town. Slipped into... I don't even want to say this guy's name because it is that long. It is literally ridiculous. When I think it's Burger something. But the name is actually ridiculous. But yeah, as you can see, really good passing play to where it kind of getting sold the dummy, and good run from Philip. That name, Burger. Not even going to try and say that name. It's his first goal this season. I've made some changes, and I've actually brought on one of our actual academy players from the game, and it is Simula. So first opportunity for him. Obviously, it means we only need to play another 9, I think it is. I think it's 2 players need to play 10 games, something like that. Chance here for Luton Town in the box with Cornick. Does make it 3-2 in the 73rd minute, and it is annoying. It is annoying when you're like 3-0 up, absolutely coasting in the game. But then again, we have pulled it back in a few games after being heavily down. But with 15 minutes to go, I'm not confident of getting the 3 points now. Michael with the ball here. Good little play. Shinny's there waiting with the shot. Saved by the keeper. I think at this point you just got to go short and hold it in the corner, because there's no point in letting them counter-attack and potentially getting a point from this game. So we'll just hold it here with Dwayne Holmes. There we go, full time against Luton Town. Another 3-2 victory. A very tough game indeed. Again, the team's towards the bottom, but a couple of goals from Martin Wycorn. The difference in the end for a player that hasn't played in ages, literally didn't have any sharpness at all, and he put in a great performance at the end of the day. So after that win with Luton Town, we are playing against Norwich City next, who are top of the table on 63 points. If we do win the game, we can go on to 50 points, but even then we'll be 6 points off 3rd place Watford and 8 points off Nottingham Forest. But obviously, just to keep the teams at the top within reaching distance, it would be nice to win this next game. But we have just scouted a few of our old players, not old in age, but old in previous players, of course. But yeah, Jeff Hendrick's one of those where, like, again, like really versatile. Like, he's basically Jason Knight. That's what I see Jeff Hendrick as. Will Hughes is Sibley, Bogle obviously, and Lowe, both very good fullbacks. And I might be tempted, once we do go to the Premier League, to maybe go to a 5 at the back with left backs and right backs, because obviously defensively we haven't been that great this season. We may need to prevent goals from going in. So yeah, we have basically, because of that last game, we do need to make a few changes. As you can see, Jason Knight has grown to a 70 rated player, so he is technically 75 now. Rooney's rating keeps fluctuating, like between 76 and 77, and I'm not too sure what's going on there. But we do need to bring in probably Graham Shinnie into the midfield. Or do we put Rooney there? That might be the shout, actually. I think maybe just going for Rooney at centre mid. I know we are playing against a tough Norwich team, but I think just to get a hold on the game. And then we'll go for Lawrence at cam, and then maybe Jack Marriott up front. Nearly 80 goals in 25 games. If you add the Carabao Cup games, way over 80 in 28 games. It is another rainy day, this time at Carrow Road against Norwich City. They are playing a 4-2-3-1. Tim Krull in goal, Max Aarons, Quintia, Closer, Zimmerman, then Leitner, Skip, Rupp, and Hernandez out wide, Stuperman at cam, and Timo Pukki up top. Obviously, in the previous game we did lose 4-3 at the start of the month, so it hasn't been very long indeed, and hopefully we can get a different result today. With the ball here, Rooney's making the run. Can he get the finish though? Yeah, you see, that's what I like for Rooney. When he's a little bit deeper, he just makes those clever runs, and we do make it 1-0 there in the 25th minute with Wayne Rooney. Brilliant player, of course, but it's just a bit of a shame about the stamina and the pace, but still brilliant finishing and top class passing. Like with a lot of space here, as you can see when you do score the first goal. Normally it's easy to get the second goal, but as you can see, Delap's just absolutely skewed that shot. Really, really poor. Across to Hernandez, a lot of space for him. The player switching is one of the biggest issues with defending this year. Great tackle from Wisdom. I've had to put him into this game just because of fitness. Well, I could have put Curtis Davis in, but he didn't exactly have the sharpness, and Wisdom was fully fit, so I thought, why not? Norwich with the ball here. Lots of space for Jordan Ibe. Has he got the finish, though? Yes, he does, and there we go. 2-0 in the 42nd minute, and I think doing what we've done with playing our second team, then our first team, up to that Manchester United game, just means obviously we've got a fully fit team for this game against Norwich, and if we get the 3 points against this kind of team, it may knock them off stride and the top two might open up. So it's what we had to do, but it does mean we do have to play second team against Sheffield Wednesday. We're just outside the playoffs, and as we did at the start of the month, we made that gap a bit bigger, but we can make it even larger if we do win against them in the next game. So I don't know if there is a glitch, because I can't seem to sub Lewis Sibley on, and I don't know how to get him to play. I don't know if I need to put him into training, but we can't do training because I could probably change the training sessions so that obviously he can get some sharpness, but it just seems that when players come back from injury, you can't put them on the bench then bring them on. You have to, I assume, do some training with them. Chance here for Pookie in the box. Good save from Big David Marshall. Oh, I've really messed... Why did I do that? Why did I do that? The problem is I don't know where Joswiak is. There's nobody on that left-hand side, so I was like, I'll just give it back to David Marshall. And maybe I should have just cleared it, but yeah, Marshall went back into the goal. Just a big mistake from me, and that pretty much wraps up the second half. Nice 1-2 action from Norwich here on the attack. Slip through for Pookie. Has he chipped the goalkeeper? Yes, he has. Oh, and this game just gets ever so more difficult by the moment. I just don't know what I can do, but like the options on the bench are just so lacking. Like, it's nice to have Marriott on the bench. Duncan's okay, but you know, he's not phenomenal. Taking off Delap, pushing Lawrence up there, Rooney at Cam, just dropping back. There we go, and I might bring on Morgan Whittaker or Duncan, but it's just one of those where we kind of need to let the clock run down now and hopefully get a point against top of the league Norwich. Joswick with the ball here. Good chance to run into a bit of space. He's running through everyone. Now with the shot and with the goal, Kamil Gozriak. Brilliant, brilliant player. And it's just a shame that because of the formation, he is kind of so deep and defensive minded. And I think when we go into the Premier League, I might need to look to moving him further up the pitch. And maybe going back to a back four or a back five. I'm not too sure what we can do. But yeah, for sure we need to play Kamil much further up the pitch, because when he does get into those areas, he scores them most of the time. Corner for Norwich then, 80th minute. Hugo coming on for Stuperman. It's into a good area. Wisdom's got it though. Can Whittaker get the second just about, but not fully cleared. Great little run from Joswiak down that left-hand side to get around Aarons. Now with the ball into the middle, but cleared by the Norwich defender. Rooney with the ball here. Can he get a decent long shot off? Nearly did it. I don't know if it was going in or not, but 5 minutes to go. And there we go, full time against Norwich City. A really impressive victory, a 3-2 win in the end. The win that we needed to maintain the pressure, of course, on the top two. Obviously, Ibe and Liam Delap with the goals for us. And when it went 2-2, I was worried that we'd just completely thrown the game, because we had not really anything on the bench. But we just about managed to manage the game enough to get the 3 points, and really important, and might be crucial at the end of the season. So with that victory, we go on to 50 points, currently 10 points clear of the playoffs, so very good indeed. 7 points off Watford, 11 points off Nottingham Forest, and 13 points off the team that we just beat, Norwich City. So there's still a very long way to go. We still have 20 games left in the season, so plenty of points to play for, and plenty of opportunities to potentially get them. So Innocent Yuan. That's one of my players apparently in the youth academy. So let me have a quick look at him on the youth academy. Innocent Yuan. That's him. So he's a left back. He does look quite decent, to be fair. 58 rated. Can go to a 75 to an 89 rated player. Since the window is coming up, we'll sign him now, and then hopefully look to loan him out. So that's one thing we could do with the youth academy, of course, if needs be. So if we just loan list some of these youth academy, I don't know, we kind of need a couple just in case. I'm just trying to think what we would more likely play with. We'll list these up because then we can always just bring in another two. So if I go on to Lewis Sibley, I wonder what it will say next to him in terms of injury. It still says 3 days, so maybe that's why he can't play. Maybe he's not back from injury, even though it did say in the messages that he returned from injury. If you look, there, player returns from injury. You can now rejoin. Oh, so training sessions. So I guess it just means he's not. I don't know. It just seems a bit odd because of the number of fixtures at the minute. We've not had the opportunity because I didn't change the training scheme, and I didn't really want to obviously ruin the fitness of other players. So I think for the time being it'll be alright. Obviously we'll be back for that Manchester United game hopefully. But yeah, we've got a bit of a fitness issue. I think we'll push Lawrence back to Cam. If we can get Martin Waghorn on, I wouldn't be against that because he did really well in that Luton game, of course. Marriott could probably come off the bench towards the end. We might need to take Bird out for Shinnie, but other than that, we should be good. Here we are for the final game of the episode against Sheffield Wednesday. We've had to make a few changes due to fitness. The number of fixtures at the minute is kind of crazy. Evans coming into the defence, who has grown to a 71, and pretty close to changing to a centre. He can technically play centre-back, but it's not his default positions. That's why he's only got a +2 compared to, you know, like the +6 of Matt Clark, who's obviously in his position. Shinnie coming in for Bird, Whittaker on the right, Joswiak on the left, Lawrence at Cam, and then Delap and Martin Waghorn up front. I could have put Duncan up front, but I just think Martin Waghorn and Delap, it worked really well in the Luton game, so I don't see why it won't work in this one. Wednesday on the attack here. Rhodes in a lot of space and into the back of the net in the first 10 minutes to get him an early goal, and a little bit lucky, it just pinballed off Clark's foot and went straight back to him, and then a lot of space on that right hand side to make it 1-0 and to make it a little bit more difficult. But I think after that Norwich win, I wouldn't mind a point in this game. Obviously we're kind of focusing on that Manchester United fixture in a couple of days time, so just trying to get a fully fit team for that. Cross it to Lawrence, it has opened up a bit, chance to slip in Martin Waghorn, goes around the defender really nicely, and it's into Tom Lawrence now with the finish to make it 1-1 pretty quickly, pretty much a straight away reply. And I think Dawson's actually playing in this game, so I don't know why. One game they had Westwood in goal, and then the next they had yeah, let me just check their team, because I don't think I even looked at the Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think I did show you the lineup, but they've got Kachunga up front. Obviously we recently played them. Pelopessi in that midfield with Bashiro, Kachunga up front, obviously Adam Reach at Cam, Penny, Borna, Dunkley, obviously from Wigan, but it's pretty similar to the team that we quite recently played. So yeah, it's one of those where we've obviously got different team as well because of fitness, and so have they. Chance here for Wednesday on the edge of the box here. It's gone, slipped through, across the face of goal and into the back of the net with Adam Reach to make it 2-1 in the 33rd minute. And yeah, that goal that we did get to equalise has just been wiped off now. Again, Tawarik, I just don't think he's quite good enough. In a number of games and the number of chances that I've given him, he just always seems to mess up at the back there, which is a bit of a shame as a new signing, of course. But we have got Roden coming in pretty much after this game, so we could probably put Roden in for the Manchester United game. And I don't think there's anyone else. Have we made any other signings? I'll have to have a look. I can't think of anyone, but maybe I did ages back. But obviously once we do go into the January window, we can also look to get pre-contract signings, which are quite helpful because obviously you don't have to pay a transfer fee, and it's slightly more easier to sign the player. Chance here to make it free. Oh, that's a great save. I don't know how Marshall saved that, but he has. Obviously, goalkeeper is an area we will be looking at, but might work with the clearance. Chance here in the box. It's really, like, I can't do anything against that when they're just doing 1-2s like ridiculously quickly, like Barcelona 2000. Right, with the ball, great ball into Holmes, but even a better save from Dawson, literally out of nothing. Does work with the ball here. Chance to run inside. Can he open it up and get it to 3-2? Yes, he can. He's done that goal in a couple of games now in this episode, and yeah, it just gives us the opportunity to potentially get a point in the last 15 minutes. Chance here for Wednesday on the edge with Kachunga across to Reach, but wins by Evans. We do have literally one attack here, I think. If we're going to do it, got to slip this ball through for Dwayne Holmes, and hopefully an opportunity arises for us to score. This game just doesn't want me to get a point. This game particularly was ridiculously difficult, and yeah, we've unfortunately lost it. Oh, has he not scored that in the last minute? Oh, this game. Waghorn's missed it. I'm not too sure. I think he was offside anyway. Or was he not? No, he wasn't. Yeah, I think on another day Waghorn maybe scores that, but I think we just need a new goalkeeper, because like the chances that do go into the back of the net probably would be saved by a keeper that would be, you know, around 78 rated, whereas Marshall's only 71.
Just a moment of your time.
So I think a goalkeeper will help us a bit, and obviously now we have finished the month of December, we are moving into the January transfer window, so the window is open to make signings, and I think we're going to do one straight away. It's a pretty no-brainer kind of signing. Yeah, we are in January now, so let me just simulate by a day and then stop the simulation. We do have a few messages here. Obviously the scout report from our academy is pretty much the same, although their goalkeeper might have grown in potential slightly. Obviously Andre Wisdom goes to Swansea City, Joe Roden joins the club, Bateman goes out on loan to St Mirren, and the generic message about the transfer window. So let's go put Roden into the team. Let's have a look at his stats and everything. Probably might just take Twerk out, straight swap, and yeah, he should be fully fit. Not fully fit, but fit enough for the next game against Swansea City. Against Manchester United, he came from Swansea City, but very good interceptions, and obviously those tackling stats can be improved quite easily. He is 6'4", which is the same height as Bielik, which is nice. You know, we've got quite a tall defence now, which I quite like. I'm not too sure if that would be better with Roden in the middle. I'm not too sure what his heading ability is like. He's got 68 jumping, and yeah, maybe slightly better than Bielik at winning the headers, so we'll do that for the time being. It'll be a nice little signing. Obviously he's young and still can grow, but the signing that I do want to make straight away, I think it's a pretty no-brainer. What we need is a top quality striker, and that is going to be Chris Martin, which we can't do. Dreams are there to be broken, and that's what EA do. Why can't I sign him? I think the reason I can't sign Chris Martin is because I'm on strict. And I think with strict transfers, what it means is, yeah, it's a little bit annoying. I don't know if I can add a training day. Yeah, let me do this just to see if I can get Lewis Sibley back to fitness, because he's not been able to play the last few games with that injury still on him. I don't know if we got yeah, we'll go training day. I don't know if I can remove drills, basically, so I don't want to train some players. But yeah, we'll just go into this, go into whatever, hot potato. Take out Rooney, basically take out any first team and players that might be actually playing. Jordan Knight might be playing as well. We'll put Waghorn in, we'll put Josephson in, and we'll put... Actually, we'll put him in. And, yeah, we can't pick Lewis Sibley. So I guess we just have to wait. I guess he's not back from injury then. The message that came through to us was fake news. So, yeah, we just need to change that back to a rest day. And there we go. We can maybe just simulating up to the Manchester United game will give me the opportunity to... Oh, that's a bit annoying. I've ruined his morale. But yeah, maybe I can look to get Chris Martin now. Maybe we can do it. Maybe we can sign the absolute legend. No, we can't. So yeah, I think a striker and a goalkeeper is what I'm going to be looking at in this transfer window. Now that we have gone into the transfer window, although Pepe is going to be the same issue as well, so we're going to have to remove him. And we're going to have to remove probably Joe Hart, actually. Yeah, Joe Hart as well. So a lot of these players... Because of the strict transfer, I do quite like it because obviously they've only just moved in real life. But Tom Heaton, we're going to have to get on a pre-contract. Same, maybe not with Christian Walton. So I guess he's signed a new contract, which is kind of frustrating because I would have liked him on a pre-contract. But I do like getting players on pre-contract signings. Can we get Tomori? No, we can't because he's too young. Or he signed a new contract. Jack Butland, I think, has signed a new contract. Antonio signed a new contract. Tom Ince maybe. And we can get Charlie Austin on a pre-contract, but I don't think we're going to do this unless it happens in real life. If Derby sign a player in real life, I'll bring him into the career mode. But I think we're in a bit of a conundrum in terms of goalkeepers because all we really have as an option is... probably, out of this list, Tom Heaton, which we can realistically get. But that wouldn't happen until the end of the season. So it's a little bit pointless getting Tom Heaton in a way. We could get Danny Ward, but I'm not too sure what rating he is. If he can potentially be around 73, 74, I'd be interested. Just an improvement on my current goalkeeper. But yeah, I don't want to be spending... anything over 3 million for a goalkeeper, really. Like a couple of million is what I'm looking at as my most. And obviously because we won against Norwich City in the last previous game, we are currently on a 3 away win streak, I think. I could be wrong. So it would be nice to tick that off. Obviously Norwich, Luton and Wickham, I think, was at home. So I'm not too sure if we are on a 3 winning streak or not. But yeah, Manchester United to kick off the next episode. It should be a good one. And we should be making some signings. Obviously, we've got the 6-ish million to spend, obviously, on a goalkeeper and a striker. We have got a few strikers here to potentially look at that the scout has suggested. Basically, just gone for young strikers that we could potentially sign. So, yeah, hopefully, guys, did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like rating if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.